everyone, and welcome to Zeepkist Cup of the Day. For those of you who don't know how this works, we get 10 minutes to practice a map we have never seen before, after which there will be 2-minute elimination rounds where the slowest players get eliminated. This week we have a map by Ferinine. Their first Cup of the Day map. This is shockingly tame for a Ferinine map so far. Yeah, I'm going on this side. It's a cool little transition. I've never seen something like that before. Okay, big half-pipe section. I'm usually good at those. Don't pay attention to that run. Yeah, big tubes. Oh, strange tube at the end here. Interesting. Okay. 43.5 is the author time. I think this is fairly well grinded from what they told me. Of course, we have a very stacked lobby to see if anyone can beat that. Curious whether left or right is going to be faster here. Left, because you go so high on the right side. Ooh, okay, yeah, this jump is going to be scary in 2-minute rounds. Probably want to stay low, because I don't think the corkscrew is going to pay off in terms of speed. People are trying an outer wall right at turn 1. Ooh, yeah, that seems like it's going to be faster, doesn't it? I'm going to assume there's no risky only because YOLO is the one that said that. Oh, okay. Man, that jump is scary. And 1.43 up. Yeah, that was faster to stay low at the end. Mackie with the 44.2 already around. Oh, 44.0 make that. So if you do the wall ride, you have to do that little drop down, but I think that's fine. You're not going to lose more speed than the wall ride gives you. Ooh, could you land on the right side there? You want to be on the inside. Maybe you could do a little, like, semi-oscillation on the sausage piece. Because you're going to have to land left, aren't you? But you could ride it to the right. But a good setup. Is that a good setup? Might be. Yeah, that was a bad landing though, so I'm gonna lose all the speed I just gained. Jumping very inside. It's probably smart to take that jump a little safer. I don't know how much speed is really going to change depending on where you land. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing that just came up in chat there. 43.5 is holding pretty solid for the moment. I imagine we'll see some people break that AT eventually. Zoman's getting closer, Pandamain's getting closer, the first to break into the 43s. Ah, man, yeah, I hate that airtime there, which is why you want to get to the right side, but it just feels so bad to go that far to the right. I will say, I think this is my favorite Ferinine track. And I've played a lot of Ferinine tracks. This is fun. Very smooth track, and it's kind of in my style with the half pipes. So I'm thinking about maybe doing first person for most of this track. The Pandamain way. Starting about here. So I'm hoping this helps me line up this drop down there. Kinda does. Yeah, I'm up speed. And then just kind of in general, I think I do well in first person half pipes. Oh, that jump is blind though. Maybe that's not a great idea. Sandals and Mackie into the 0.6s. That was a bad start. Don't crash into the first outer wall ride. I'm not sure what the line is through that section just yet. Yeah. Not really sure what to do for cameras there, because I like the third-person setup. 44-1, that seems pretty good. I'm in 8th place. Mac Cheesy looking very good up in 2nd. Otherwise, everybody above me is a previous Cup of the Day winner. Very stacked lobby today. Is that the good line? That feels like a good line. I feel like I kept more speed doing that. Yeah, I did. Yeah, you need to jump a little further to the right if you have that speed. Speaking of which, I should start paying attention to speeds. Sub 44. Man, a lot of very close times here. Dropped back down to 8th, so right where I was before I made that improvement. So as far as 2-minute elimination rounds go, I think the concern is really just this one jump toward the end. Let's go back to 3rd. Sorry, that was a hideous camera change. Oh, don't do that. Let's watch Zomin while we still have time. Pandamain. Pandamain's pretty fast also. And he's at the start. See if he does anything special. Gets a fair bit of airtime. I guess we'll watch through this sketchy jump at the end. Takes out the 2nd marker. Not a good landing, though. Let's see what Mackie's doing. I do find it's very useful to watch other people. I've played too many cups where I spectate a lot at the end, and then I come out and immediately set a faster time. Okay, Mackie also on about the 2nd green dot, but that was angled a little bit more to the right, so he got a cleaner landing. Yeah, and that is author time. Zomin did beat him to author time by a few seconds, it seems. I think a lot of it is in getting that ending jump solid. It seems like they're all getting a little bit of airtime, though, at that one spot. Just want to see if there's any secrets in the artwork. Alright, Zoman, Sandals, Mackie, the top 3. Let's turn players off before I forget. McCheesy also getting author time. 50-player lobby. Bottom 4 get eliminated, or however many DNFs there are. I think there might be some round 1 DNFs, but I don't really see that continuing. And again, last week there were no round 1 DNFs, so maybe I'll be surprised. 142. After saying it, I in fact did not pay attention to speeds. 168. That was a jump to the left because I got scared. It's alright though, let's just get a finish. 44.2, solid time. I'd like to be seeing 43s consistently. Panda Main sets a personal best, I think, for him, with 43.49. Seems like McCheesy might be consistent with that 0.5. Kind of like the way I do that, where it's very much minimizing airtime, and I think that should give me the most speed. It's 178 at checkpoint 5. That was a weird line. 170. You might be able to go off at like the middle of the road at green dot 3. Pretty straight. 7th place with a 43.8. Whole bunch of people coming into the finish right at the end here. Do have quite a few people without a time. So 8th place, that is where I usually am at this point in Cup. Panda Main leading after round 1 over McCheesy and Pants in his usual 3rd place spot. Zoman DNF'd. Classic. Did he DNF or did he disconnect? I didn't see if anything happened to him. Still, classic Zoman. Forgot to turn players off, but whatever, I guess it's fine. Lots of different entries to that tube. Oh, Goose got a good exit. Yeah, straight off at 3 is pretty good. A little sketchy, but maybe worth a tap of arms up. Panda Main, 0.5 flat. And McCheesy looks pretty good here. Might be somebody to watch as a non-Cup of the Day winner looking for their first. So Goose entered like really high and did a weird oscillation and then came out really low, which is not what I did. I might as well practice. I'm not going to get another finish, but I can practice most of a run. Zoman with his classic, by the way, set world record and then DNF. So if I exit, like if I turn in that tube and exit low, how much does that hurt my speed? A little bit, which I'd rather it not at this point in the track. If I go off there with arms up, I sketchily make it. Only one, oh, was that a snipe? No, only one DNF this time. Yeah, I don't expect a whole lot of DNFs happening from here on out. Panda Main wins the first 2 rounds, though. Kind of an odd oscillation. I feel like there's got to be a better way of doing that tube. 177 is okay. Oh, that was further, way further left than I wanted to. Ah. 44.0 is alright. Ooh, Pandamane with the .339 world record. So it seems like Pandamane and Mac Cheesy are kind of the two consistent ones right now. Which is crazy given how stacked this lobby is with Mackie and Quick Racer and previously Zoman. To see that they are actually not the ones on top. I guess it's not that crazy to see Zoman DNFing, but, you know, still. The only thing I don't like about this track is how much of it is dependent on that very sketchy jump towards the end. Not a great round from me. Solid enough to make it through, though. Let's see if Mackie finds a snipe. Up to 4th, to .5. Whole bunch of people coming in right at the end. A lot of people without a time. So this is pivotal. And it's going to be 4 DNFs after only 1 DNF in the previous round. 4 DNFs this time. Interesting. Pandamane wins yet another round. Quick Racer in his standard 2nd place. Maybe I should watch a Pandamane run since he seems to know what he's doing. I do think this is a map where maybe watching is going to be more beneficial than practicing. Because besides that jump at the end, there isn't really anything crucial to practice on this map. Ah. 43.9, I'm happy with that. Let's see, Pandamane is just coming to the end here. 43.2 from Sandals, new world record, okay. He might have figured something out. Let's see, Panda not liking that start. No steering on the wall right at all. Drop down 138, it's actually slower than I was. Yeah, trying to land very far on the left side. Mackie coming into the finisher. Again, a lot of players... Oh, wow, Mackie with the world record now. 43.1. A lot of players without a time again. Okay, here they all come. All getting times, and we got, looks like, we got St. Nicholas and Mew DNFing. 2 decent players DNFing. I'm surprised. I feel like, maybe it's just that jump catching them out. I feel like this isn't really a DNF heavy track, and it didn't look to be that way at round 2. I am, however, concerned about the sudden multiple .2s. That could be a bit of a problem, because I don't know how to do that. Okay, I don't think I actually lost much speed by clipping there. .77 is just the same as I have been doing. That's a nice landing, at least. Hey, 43.6. Alright, that's pretty good. Personal best for me. Sandals again, though, with a very strong time, .17. So seems like Sandals has figured out this track, and even with the .48, I would say Mackie might have figured out this track as well. So suddenly it's no longer Pandaman and Mac Cheesy, who seem to be the favorites. Could be something to do with how I'm taking that tube. That checkpoint split's a little fake. Solid landing. Oh, this checkpoint split's not going to be great either. I do think I have more speed just from taking that tube better. Is it possible that I can find somebody in this tube? Yes, I can see how Pandaman is oscillating right now. Pandaman does not have a time, by the way. Very crucial jump for him to get. Looks like he will be fine. High 44s getting eliminated. Just one DNF now with Pandaman putting in that time. Wow, look at that. All those .5s, .6s, .7s even. Man, everybody suddenly got very fast. I thought a 43 was going to be like a solid time in this cup. Apparently not. All the times are so close, too. Oh boy. Okay, I think that's fine. Felt a little awkward. What's the speed here? 142 is not great. Yeah, it's not good speed. That was not the Pandaman oscillation. Unfortunately, the time to reset and still get 2 runs is just after you would hit that checkpoint split, which is kind of like the first big speed test of the run. Sandals again looking very strong. Yeah, that didn't seem like a good wall ride start. That's better. 139. My splits are very consistent at the start. What is this? 143. Slightly better. Let's do this slightly different oscillation that time. Checkpoint split's a little bit fake, but I think I am up speed. Oh, I'm very much up speed. Alright, another 43.8. I think I'm pretty consistent with the 43.8s, which is unfortunately not that good anymore, because it seems like everybody is doing 5, 6, 7. And it looks like Mac Cheesy coming in right at the end. So it's Noxy2 gets knocked out by 4 thousandths. Mid 44s getting eliminated. So I can't really afford a bad run. Starter last round wasn't great. That was a 44.0. Yeah, usual speed. Kind of a strange feeling run, but let's see. Yeah, this isn't the best speed. I would like to watch a Sandals run. I'm just a little not confident with how this run has been so far. 43.8. Mackie goes fastest this time. I'm just going to turn players on and hopefully see something. Well, I'm seeing Mackie reset, which doesn't necessarily help. Round was a lot lower there than I was. Surprised people are taking so much airtime. So much of a jump there. That was a nice tube line from Round, though. I am stealing that for sure. He definitely oscillates a lot more than I do. I'm catching him at the end, though. My ending was very good, actually. Alright, 43.4. Maybe it was just that tube line. I don't agree with the airtime. But maybe it was that tube line, because that I followed around, and that felt so nice, what I did. There's time to improve on that one, also. Oh. Well, I guess I'm not going to be improving. I wanted to see the next splits there. Quick Racer is so lost on this map. Where is Quick Racer? 14th place? Yeah, maybe it's just that tube line. YOLO for the second round in a row. The slowest player to get through. Okay, and me with the fast load-in. Oh, I'm falling off the track. Ah! Yeah, if you go too far inside, that is a risk you take. I don't think I'm going to have 2 full runs. Which is probably fine. What is this speed? 143 is okay, 146 is okay. I would hope for a little bit more than that, but let's just take this run for now. Still have time to reset if that was a disaster, but that's fine. Ah. 43.7. It's sketchy, but I guess it's fine. Our Sandals does the slow oscillation there, which is interesting because he's been putting down really good times. Did not like that tube line from him, actually. Sandals also in need of a time right now, as is YOLO. Sandals does go 4th fastest with that. Let's see where YOLO is. Can he barely survive again? Nope, not this time. Pants a very fast racer as well, in a little bit of trouble. Butter is doing an interesting line. I don't think this is going to work out for him. And yeah, Pants is out. So 4 eliminations again. Or, I mean, of course, 4 eliminations. That's how the game works. No DNFs this time, though. 43 is necessary to get through now. So yeah, it's only top 13, but man, I cannot afford a slip up. Like, that is a solid time you need to do. It's not the smoothest of landings, but we'll just take this run, because why not? Gonna be plus fractions of a kilometer if I reset. 174. I absolutely can't make up my mind on that tube. Clearly what Mackie was doing behind me was much better. It was a clean landing, though. Okay, so that doesn't feel very safe, given the times I saw last round. Yeah, 0.8 speed gain, just from a slightly better landing at the beginning. Okay, that's fine. Is this fine? I don't really have time to reset after seeing this. That's risky. I might be out here. If the timer is accurate, I need a low 43 to make it to the finish. Oh dear. I am not comfortable. Depends on Northwind. Yeah, okay, I'm out. Do not think I'm making it to the finish on this run. I don't think I'm improving anyway, actually. Oh, well, would have improved slightly, but 43.8 being an 11th place time is kind of crazy, actually. Normally, I feel like that would be a time to get me through to like 8th place, which is where we would usually end up. Well, MacCheesy went fastest in that round. He's still got a shot at his first Cup of the Day win. Shame I couldn't get a top 10 though. This seems like a pretty good map for me. Oh, whoa, what on earth are those lines? Everybody is somewhere different. Pretty similar oscillations there. There were a couple people that were a little bit off. Nothing too extreme. And into the finish, yeah, everyone pretty much in the same line through that end tube. MacCheesy again goes first place with the 0.3. Pandamain second with the 43.5. Let's see what Mackie does. It didn't look like the cleanest landing. It is a 0.4 at second place. Two people without a time right now, one of them being Sandals, who has shown some very, very fast times so far. But doesn't have GTR, so we'll never know. It was a 0.19, I think, is what he set. Yeah, clean jump. Will not DNF. Looks like Third's Eye needs an improvement also. Yeah, I think he's out. He set his time very late. Let's see if And Me has enough time. It looks like he will just have enough time. 0.7s are what's needed. I mean, this is really fast. Very left side jump. And Me improves, but just ever so slightly, still going to be 10th. So And Me and Third's Eye out in this round. A couple more rounds with 2 eliminations. That's Sandals with the 0.2 leading this round. Who else do we have? Stick and Northwind without Cup of the Day wins. But MacCheesy looking like they may have a good shot at a first win. Northwind loads in the latest, so we can watch from the back. MacCheesy, I believe, a personal best of 3rd place a little while back. Northwind does have a 2nd place finish. And Northwind does the slow oscillation, which is... Oh, and then he cuts down. Okay. I kind of like that. I don't know if it's better. I don't like this jump at all. That looks like it's going to be pretty bad. It's passing MacCheesy, though. So, guess that's a good sign. Oh, Mackie with a 0.0. Quick Racer perhaps has figured out this track also. With the 0.2. Sandals with the 0.3. That was a crash from Pandamain. So Round and Pandamain without times. Round is at the beginning. Pandamain, we just saw crash at that jump. What is this line from Round? It's so weird. 177 though is decent there. I mean, right now with the 244s on the board, it's not going to take... Oh, ooh! He clips a wheel over the edge of the tube though. He might have gotten away with it. Is this enough to get a 44? It's not the greatest times right now that he needs to beat, but of course there's time to improve. Yeah, 0.774, a millisecond ahead of Northwind, who does improve though. As does MacCheesy, pushing Round down a couple of spots. Here comes Pandamain. Knocks Butter out. Butter and Stick needing an improvement. Here comes Stick into the finish. Looks like no improvement for him. Butter also potentially with the snipe. And he does. Knocks out Round by just a few hundredths of a second. So Round and Stick out at 8th and 9th. One more round of 2 eliminations. Mackie pushing 42s. Wonder if he can get there. Sandals has set some very fast times. Hasn't been super consistent. Quick Racer, I think this is the first time we've seen him up at the top of the leaderboard. And of course, Pandamain and MacCheesy kind of this whole time have been toward the top. Have not seen them doing times like what Mackie and Sandals have shown, though. Interesting, Mackie. Interesting. It's almost a little bit of a flick downward that he's doing, so staying super tight on the left side. And then he goes way earlier in this oscillation too. Mackey's just racing something completely different from what everybody else is doing. Jumps to the right, gets a nice landing. Mackey's entire run is different from Sandals and Quick Racer in front of him. And that is fastest right now. Mackey just ahead of Pandamain. Mac Cheesy coming to the finish. They do have time for 2 runs. And that is a solid time at 0.39. So you see Mackey stays on the left side there, and we're not going to see any more of that because he just reset. A whole bunch of people back at the start. Pandamain, Sandals, Butter all on their final attempts in a line here. But Mackey stays on the left side, still manages to reduce airtime with almost a little bit of a flick across to the right side of the road, and it's a little bit of a more direct line. So saving him some time. Seems like without losing speed. That is bad from Sandals, so Sandals' run is done. Let's see, Butter, Quick Racer, and Butter and Quick Racer currently in the elimination zone. Pandamain up ahead is probably safe with that time. Butter not going to improve with that, I don't think. Quick Racer, ooh, does he have time? It's going to be tight. I don't think he's going to get there. 43.5 getting knocked out. Very strong times getting eliminated. 0.4s are necessary now. For the top 5, just Mackey, Pandamain, Mac Cheesy, Sandals, and Northwind. 2 people looking for their first Cup of the Day win. And then, of course, you've got people like just Mackey with 25 wins to their name. Actually, Mackey's kind of the only of the... I don't know what you want to call them. I don't want to say the big names because obviously Pandamain and Sandals have won Cup of the Days and they're very fast. But Mackey definitely has a ton of wins compared to everybody else in this lobby. Mackey's line is just so interesting. It's very different, and then he gets to the end and it ends up being only like a 10th different from everybody else. But the line is just so crazy. There's a 43.38. Anybody coming to the finish? No, apparently, is the answer. Where is everybody? At the start, I guess. So most people looks like they're going to only take 1 attempt. Mac Cheesy does just have time for a second run. 43.7 is not going to be very safe. Sandals needs a time, and Pandamain needs a time. Each of them only getting 1 attempt. Pandamain very close to the start still. Mac Cheesy in position to snipe as well if he needs to, which he probably will. Sandals coming into the finish now. Mackey improves. Sandals with a very solid 0.2 will be safe. Pandamain coming in next, and then Northwind, and then Mac Cheesy. Oh, never mind on Mac Cheesy. Mac Cheesy is eliminated with Pandamain setting the 0.6. Mac Cheesy's chances at a first Cup of the Day win are dashed. Mac Cheesy on a good run. Also, it's too bad. It looked like a good cup for Mac Cheesy. So Northwind, the last of the non-Cup of the Day winners. He does have 1 second place finish. Pandamain with 1 cup win. Sandals with 3. Mackey with a bunch. And we'll see Northwind here, who is at the back of the pack. We got an early reset from Pandamain coming off of the wall ride. Sandals seems to load in a lot earlier than anybody else. Mackey, it's a nice downward entrance. Hits the downhill very well. Ooh, did he clip off the side of the track, though? And it seems Northwind is the only person still on their first run. Still does that different oscillation from everybody else. Very slow loop around the tube and then cuts in low for the next section. Unsure which of those oscillations is better. Only a 43.6, probably not going to be safe. Pandamain the next to set a time after his early reset. 43.1, a personal best from Pandamain. Mackie now coming up to this jump. Oh, very nice. Kind of clips his right tire, but shouldn't have lost any speed for that. Clean line through the ending tube also, and that is a 43.0 out of just Mackie. A world record, I believe. Yes, you know, whenever GTR updates. Northwind needs an improvement also. Sandals is on a run. Northwind just behind him on track, actually. Sandals with a slower oscillation through there, too. Seems to have gotten a nice ending, though. Is this enough to knock Northwind out? It is for the moment. Can Northwind snipe back? Only a 0.45. We have seen Northwind do that before. Not going to do it this time, though. No snipe for Northwind. Out in 4th place, leaving Mackie, Pandamain, and Sandals as the top 3. Northwind. Definitely a good performance, but also maybe a lucky performance to get top 4. Now for the top 3, Sandals loads in the fastest and then resets immediately. And so does Mackie. Speed off of this wall ride is very important. It's not... Okay, everyone's resetting. There's not a whole lot of speed variation in the first 2 checkpoints, but definitely if you mess up the line just a little bit, you can be down. And even if it's just less than 1 kph down, that's going to carry through the entire map. Mackie's still with that strange line there that I haven't seen anybody else doing. Everyone else is hugging the right side, which does make a little bit more sense, but Mackie, the very clever way of shortening the distance of that section of the track without losing too much speed doing so. Very nice jump. Also, Mackie seems to have that figured out. He's been getting the endings very clean every time. 43.18. Very solid time from just Mackie. I believe we've seen all 3 of these guys in the 0.1s, but of course nobody's been particularly consistent. Sandals with a 0.3 there. Looked like he might have had a little bit of a shaky end, but I don't think that was too much of a time killer. 0.3 is a tough time to beat, and this is going to be Pandamain's only run. Has 178, which is pretty good speed. Low in the tube there. Not a particularly good jump either. Let's see if he has enough speed. Oh, man, not a good ending. All over the track. 43.6. Pandamain will be eliminated in 3rd. And got Mackie versus Sandals in the finals. I feel like we've seen this matchup a few times. And it has gone the way of just Mackie in the past. Even Mackie said, yeah, not this again. Mackie does have the most wins, or actually tied for the most wins of anybody with Kern Cobb. Sandals making a case for the most 2nd places. Let's see if Sandals can pull off the upset here in the finals. Mackie getting somewhat consistent with those 0.1s, which is very scary. Sandals has put in a 0.1 himself. Mackie's put in some 0.0s, though. Solid starts for both of them. Mackie stays a lot lower. Ooh, kind of clips, but is going to keep it, unlike Sandals, who I think got a lot worse of a landing than Mackie did. What is the speed down here? Whew, it's 179. That is pretty strong. It's swinging the car through these tubes. Pretty heavy oscillation. That should save a lot of speed, though. Has been very consistent with that jump, which does mean a lot coming towards the end. And, oof, that is a 43.109. A little bit faster than Sandals' personal best is. Sandals getting a little bit of airtime there. We have seen a lot of people going for that. Yeah, not liking that tube. Seems like he is falling off to the left side there. Mackie resets as well. Gonna be just behind Sandals on track. Sandals only 138 speed. Yeah, is gonna reset. Probably wants the 139. This is Sandals' last attempt. Mackie with this really interesting line. Is so fast though, and it's only 138 again. I think even a worse 138 with a pretty bad landing. And, okay, still alive. I thought Sandals was out right there. Let's see if this has any speed to compete with Mackie. 177, that is a bit shy. I don't think you can do a 43-1 with that. Mackie coming in right at the end. Does he improve? No, he does not. Sandals with a decent jump. I just don't think he has the speed. Gonna try this weird jump strat at the end. Not gonna make a difference there. 43.6. Mackie with yet another win to take control of the top of the leaderboard back from Kern Cobb. Congratulations, and thank you guys for watching this video. If you want to see all the stats and results, my spreadsheet is always in the description below. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.